Hey everyone, welcome back to the Simple Life of Natalie Joe. I'm Natalie. Today I thought I'd talk about that one company I was talking about where they take like clothes and like household textiles and stuff like that and they donate them or they recycle them somehow. It's called Retold Recycling. I kind of like them. So I figured I'd give you some information. So if you want to go talk to them, or not talk to them, but order a bag or two, that'd be great. But they did have some statistics on their website. So this is where I'm getting that information from. So you take it with, uh, you know, I'm not sure how truthful this stuff is, but I could see some of it being pretty close to being true. But the first one was in the US, 25% more trash is generated from Thanksgiving to the New Year's holiday, which is more than any other time of the year. I can see that because if you're buying you're probably buying more napkins, more, I don't know, some people do paper plates for Thanksgiving, like sturdy paper plates, like holiday Thanksgiving type paper plates, stuff like that, or even at the very least like some sort of like dessert paper plate, something like that. I could see that happening. You could possibly be buying like more decorations. You have the packaging from that, stuff like that. Now, if we're talking about like Christmas and stuff like that, definitely you might be replacing decorations, stuff like that. The new decorations has maybe some sort of packaging or tag that you'd have to throw away. If you have children, you might be doing some, like, I don't know, like some family do like matching pajamas for Christmas Eve and stuff like that. And they do like fun pictures with them, or they do like some sort of holiday shirt or something like that, which is fine. And then they have to figure out what they're doing with the old pajamas or the past year's pajamas, because you can't use the same ones twice. So I could see that happening, stuff like that. So, and then you have the wrapping paper, more potentially plastic and paper plastic silverware, paper plates, stuff like that you can just toss if you don't want to do a whole lot of extra dishes, stuff like that. The holiday theme stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. The next one is 5 billion with a B pounds of returned items end up in the trash every year. I could kind of see it being true, but I feel like that's a ton of stuff. I don't know about that one, but I could see some things, stores being possibly throwing some items away that are returned, like if the package is opened, or if it's some sort of like food, especially like food, or especially if the package is open, you can't really, I would be really concerned if, there was like an open package of food that was returned that they put back on the shelf, something like that. Or if it's a clothing item, I could see they may not want to put it back on the shelf or back in the store somehow to resell if it smells like smoke, or if there's some weird stain or something on it, or something like that. Or if it's like underwear or something like that, socks, where they opened it, tried it on, realized it wasn't the right size. They can't really, like I said, depending on what it is, they may not be able to, for whatever reason. And then next one is about 61% of Americans surveyed admitted to getting at least one unwanted gift over the holidays, totaling roughly 154 million American adults. I could see that. Maybe someone that they, like a friend or family member just like totally missed the mark on what they liked. Or I know that sometimes, now that I work from home, my job is remote, but I know that sometimes when we were in the office, they would do like a Secret Santa type thing, where it's like, oh, the the price limit is like $20 or $25. Sometimes it's like you get, sometimes you can get some like weird things, especially depending on what the price limit is, or like, you know, the limit of how much they can spend is. And it's like, even if they do, because I know that in the past, my one job, they like, oh, fill out the, if you want to do the Secret Santa, fill out this like little form. It wasn't like a form or like piece of paper. It had like, oh, what's your favorite candy? What's your, you know, what are some foods you like? What's your favorite sports team? What's your, what is something that you may need or want, or something like that, to kind of help the other person out, which is fine. But even with that, sometimes you kind of miss the mark. And it's like, I remember one time this, the person I got, he was like, well, I don't really want to need anything, anything specific. You know, he didn't really have any, like, he wasn't like, oh, I really want, I don't know, like, I really need socks or something like that, you know. I don't know. But he said he liked Coke and he liked peanut M&Ms. So I think I got him like a bunch of peanut M&Ms, and I think I got him like a bottle of Coke or something like that. Just like a snack or something, because it's like, you know, so I feel like, you know, Secret Santa stuff at work, sometimes it's kind of hard. And I get that. So I could see it being something like that. Maybe they were part of a Secret Santa thing and they didn't really get something that they really cared or liked, and whatever. And I know there's some like white elephant gift exchanges that families do, where if it's like a true white elephant like game, it's, and I could be wrong about the definition of like the white elephant gift as a whole, but as from what I understand, it's something that you have in your house already that you don't really want or need, that you wrap up for the, like, a white elephant gift. Now, it could be something totally different. If you know exactly what it is, that's, you know, leave it in the comments. I get that my definition of, or what I think it is, could be different. So if it's something totally random from someone's house and you participate in this white elephant game, it could truly be like junk or something that you really don't want or like. And I get that. And even if it's some like sort of like gift exchange thing, where a game where families do, where it's like there's like a dice game where it's like if you roll a 1, you pass it, all the gifts to like to the left or something. If you roll another number like a 2, you pass it to the right. Another number, you pick randomly, switch a gift with a random person, stuff like that. So even with those, a lot of times there's a price limit with those, and it's one of those, you still may not get something all that great. So with all those statistics in mind, and coming, you know, it's already November. I think it's like November 3rd when I'm filming this. You know, the holidays are pretty much upon us. You know, things to keep in mind, you know, it's okay to say, no, I don't really want to participate in the white elephant gift exchange at work, or the Secret Santa at work, or something like that, or let's not do any sort of gift exchange with the family. Some people may or may not, you know, like it or whatever, but, you know, throw it out there, see how everyone else feels. That's fine. But yeah, so just some thoughts on that with going through this retold recycling company, that, you know, some things to keep in mind. Ooh, excuse me. That may or may not be helpful, you know, in everyone's lives. But on to some of the other things that they had on their website and my thoughts on it. When I got the bag, I thought it was a pretty big bag. I like the size of it. It said it was 15 inches by 15 inches by 4 inches. And it says on the website it was about the size of a regular pillowcase, and it could hold up to 5 pounds. which I thought it was a great size. I fit a lot in there. I think I fit like 22 items in there. You know, 3 of them were t-shirts. Everything else was like a missing sock or something like that, or a sock with a hole in it or something that didn't fit, you know, something like that. But yeah, so I kind of like the size of it. The next thing, okay, I guess I maybe went out of order, but that's okay. Or I have things not maybe that should have gone together that I don't know what I was doing. But my mom, this is what kind of sparked this research and this information that I found on their website, because I was telling my mom about it and she goes, "Oh, what do they do with it when they get it?" And I was like, "I don't really know. They said they recycle it." So I was like, "I don't know." But this is what I found out, what they do with it and where it all goes. The first thing was, I don't know if this is an actual other excuse me, another company or some like group of companies, but they take something or send some things to this place called Next Gen Fabric House. And what they do with some things is, I'm assuming it's more like textiles, like or towels, hand towels, washcloths, dish rags, stuff like that. They break down the textiles and to make sustainable new textiles. So they somehow, you know, break it down and do magic, some sort of process, and make new textiles out of it, which is good. The next thing is thrift stores, I'm assuming. But here's my thing. If it's something that I don't think a like one of the local like my local store can take, like I have some things that the tag doesn't have the size anymore, which I don't think that normal thrift stores can may not want, because if you don't know the size, you're just kind of guessing, or if it's not in the best shape and it has like holes or something in it, they may not want it. They'll just probably gonna throw it away. But they said that they donate what they can. So I don't know if it, like, depending on what it is, like underwear or something, I don't know. Feel weird donating underwear, but they donate what they can to thrift stores. So that's good. But on another note, I'm side tangent to that, because my mom said that she heard that certain major thrift stores that I won't say the name of tend to throw out a lot of clothes and a lot of things that people donate. Which I could see, it's like some people will be like, well, I don't want to throw this particular shirt away. But it's like I said, I don't know if they can sell things that you can't really see the size of, like the tag maybe fell off or ripped off, or something like that. So it's like, I don't know. I could see them throwing away a lot of stuff, or maybe it's something that they really can't use or whatever, or sell. But then the next thing that they do is send things to rag companies, where where whatever they send them are, rags are, and this is from what the, on the website, it says rags are created and sold for use in hospitality and medical fields primarily. So I'm assuming they're taking the things that they can't donate and making them into rags for different companies like hospitals, hospitality, and other medical, potentially hospitals, because the other one says medical field. So it could be like hospitals, stuff like that, and which is nice that they're like repurposing stuff that can't be sold otherwise and making something that can be used again. And then the next thing is downcycling. Now, assuming, depending on what it is that you're donating, because they said they do take some shoes, Now the bag is plastic, so they don't recommend sending like high heels or something like that. But they turn that stuff into insulation, the insides for car seats, punching bags, and other manufacturing items. So that's good that they try to repurpose things that can't be done. But this is so that's basically what they do with the stuff. Variety of things. They really try not to throw anything away unless they really have to. But this is, I did find a section on their website that said annual report. So this is the 2024 annual report. Just not really numbers wise, but just different facts from 2024. The top 5 states that were recycling were in 2024 were California, New York, Virginia, Illinois, and Texas. New York, California, and Texas, I feel like maybe have quite a few people. New York City probably has a lot of people, so they might be, trying to help the environment. And then in 2024, they added 2 new products. The fabric scrap bag for fabrics like quilts and crochet stuff, so I'm assuming like yarn and stuff like that. And then the 3 bags in a box where you get 3 of the classic bags, and then you just have to buy the shipping, the mailing label to ship it. There was customers in all 50 states last year. And then they hit their 200-ton goal in 2024. That's equivalent of 80 tons of CO2 emissions avoided, 600 kilowatts of energy saved, 540 million liters of water saved, and 1,200 cubic meters of landfill space conserved. I don't know. It looks like I put conserved. I can't really read my writing. But they saved like so much landfill space. Which is good because it's like, if you think about it, if they're recycling it or turning into useful items, they don't have to make totally new things and stuff like that, which is good. But yeah, but like I said, I think most of it was like smaller items like socks, maybe some gloves, some other things, some smaller items. I had 3 t-shirts in there that had some holes in it, so. But I was really impressed that I liked it, and no problems with the post office when I dropped it off. They're like, dump. Because I was like, just making sure, because I know sometimes places will be like, oh, free shipping back, but then maybe in small, I may have missed like the small point. Oh, if it's over, free shipping under 5 pounds or something like that. So it could be something like that I thought might have been, oh crap, might have been the case, but no, he's like, nope, it's free. Let me just get your receipt. He was very nice when I dropped it off, so I was like, okay, that's nice. But yeah, so if you want to look into it, and obviously do your own research, there may be some other companies as well. But the company I use and I kind of really like is retoldrecycling.com. So I hope this information is useful for you. Maybe some statistics to think about going into the holiday season. Maybe rethink some, I don't know what you want to call it. Rethink some things, some traditions, stuff like that. But I'll see, like I said, if you know anything about that white elephant, the actual meaning of the white elephant gift, put it down below. Let me know if I was right or not, or what you thought it was, or some really weird gifts that you got with Secret Santa or something like that, or something really cool that you got. But hopefully, that you learned something today, and, that you have some information going forward. So keep living the simple life, guys. I'll see you next time.